Fucking same.
Does this bother you?
Does this bother you?
Does this? What's going on over there, dude?
I told you they're fucking putting in new carpets.
You were like out of the room. You're like, I'll be right back. And all of a sudden I hear that beating around. I'm like, what the fuck is Joel doing? But you're just like, I'll be right back. I was here.
Yeah, so apologies to the listeners. They're redoing my upstairs neighbor's place, and I guess they're putting in new carpets. But it's 6:00, so I'm hoping that they're going to be wrapping it up here.
Hey, dude. Yeah, thank you for letting us know. But hey, quick question. I don't know why this is on my mind, but do you want kids?
Do I watch kids?
No. Do you watch kids? No. Do you want children?
Absolutely. I have, dude, no bullshit. I have like real bad baby fever right now, but that would be super irresponsible of us. So no, I mean, but yes, eventually. I mean,
am I the bearer of bad news that you can't have children? You know.
If you're here to tell me that, do you have the results?
Well, you're adopted.
I don't think that means that I can't have kids.
I thought you legally couldn't have kids because you're adopted.
Oh, that's right. Because of that, the loophole law.
Wait, are you adopted? All right. Hello, everybody. All right, welcome to another episode. I didn't see it, but I believe you. I'm Doug.
I'm Joel, and this is episode
108.
108.
Hey, right on. Just plowing through. Right on to Plowtown.
Straight to Pud pulling territory.
Pudville.
I've been having a hard time keeping up with the episode numbers after 105.
Yeah,
like my brain just goes.
After 105, it's 3 later.
Well, those are the only 3 I've had an issue with.
Welcome to Pudville, Mayor Pudville, Elmer Pud. And then the tagline can be like, where all Pud is pulled. Oh, no.
Yeah. See, here's the thing with Pud. I know we didn't create that term. I know that. Like logically, we couldn't have been the people to come up with it. But it's not like a word you ever hear. You know what I mean? And the other day, yesterday actually, on Instagram, this dude that I follow was at a video store, and he had taken a picture of their sign where they had written DVD because it said Pud. And so he had a survey up, Pud or DVD. And I was like, holy shit, dude. Pud is becoming like mainstream.
Dude, yeah, pulling your Pud. That's like something that we've always said. There's just our kids.
Yeah, but we couldn't have come up with that.
Who, you?
None of us. Just us in general. I know we didn't come up with that, but I've never heard it anywhere else until the other day, yesterday.
I'm sure the older kids mentioned Pud around us one time. And
probably.
And we're here to keep the tradition alive.
After we told those stupid ass jokes last week, which I truly enjoyed, by the way. After we got off the podcast, I wanted to test myself because it took you 9.5 minutes to tell that joke at the end, and I was losing my mind because I was like, I wanted to be supportive and I liked the joke, but towards the 6 or 7 minute mark, I was like, does he have a punchline? Is this gonna end? I wanted to test a theory, and so I rewrote the joke.
A game theory.
I rewrote the joke basically and told it to Caroline and timed myself, and I got it out in 4 minutes. So it's possible to cut it down a little bit.
No, yeah, I never said that. Dude, I never perfected the joke.
No, I mean, you turned it into like a 1-act play, which was really cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
So I went on a run earlier today. Well, I went outside for a while. And so
where do you go for your run?
Running's getting stronger. You might not believe me, but I'm getting faster, harder.
I believe you, dude. The people who just know you from watching this won't know this, but you were fucking super athletic when you want to be. You just have been busy.
Yeah, I don't know if athletic is the right word.
Nah, dude, you were pretty in shape when you were doing biking all the time. I remember being in LA and right around 2011 or 12, right before I came back within a year, you were pretty fucking cut up and biking all the time and shit.
Yeah, we're getting
so
back.
It's possible. It's possible. Just like that one time when I was so tan that everybody thought I was Mexican.
That, or everybody just thought that you were like have like some
Sick.
kind of ailment. No, but like on my run, like when you get stuff, your brain just starts thinking of stuff. And dude, you know what like really has me? We talk about this stuff a lot. I don't know, but how like astronauts like aren't like rock star status.
But for some reason, billionaires who go to space are.
Well, I'm not even, dude. I even knew you were going to say that, so I was like, take that completely out of it. I'm not trying to tie it in.
No, I know.
The modern space race, if you will. But no, like I was like, dude, I don't know. Other than Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. I don't know. Huh?
You don't even know Buzz Aldrin. You call them Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah. So you see what I mean? Like, I don't know anyone. I'm like, these dudes like train their entire lives to be fucking slapped to a fucking bomb that just shoots in one direction into outer space.
The final frontier.
Into a realm of the unknown, where there is no air, there is no life, and it is
gravity,
and dark and scary, and they're just
into the endless void.
But somebody that happens to get broken into their apartment and chases them off, gets interviewed, and somebody takes the clip and turns it into a fucking song is like. Everybody knows that name. You know what I mean? It's like,
so that there's something to that though, because if you really think about it, even though you only knew those two, I could probably rattle off like maybe 5 or 6 astronaut names, maybe, and it would include those two. But the thing is
because I have to, but I don't really believe that.
I could probably do it right now.
Let's go.
All right. I can't do it. But the thing is that if I heard the name, I could probably be like, oh, that's that astronaut from watching shit like Apollo 13 and knowing a little bit about the Challenger explosion. That's the only reason I have some extra names, but I can't say them. So
the
obviously I'm wrong.
The Challenger, the teacher was on.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing though.
Known as the teacher, you don't even know that her name.
I know. But like my point is that with the exception of the Challenger, because that was late 80s, every other astronaut we know,
January 1986, I believe.
Okay. So, but with the exception of that one, all the others are from the space age or the space race from the 60s and shit, from the 50s and 60s. So I think that I would hope that if we actually went back to the moon, that it would be just as monumental for us. I think people would be, but we just haven't done that in our era.
It was January 28th, 1986. Excuse me. I knew it was in January, and I knew it was in 86. So
you want to know something? Just a sidebar.
It's the 28th then.
A sidebar on the Challenger that's always stuck with me since I found out it's fucked up. Okay, so as it was coming down, a boy. Hold on.
I thought you were going to say something way crazier than what you're about to say.
And I'm hoping that this is true because I've held on to this. Yeah. Okay. Found it. Oh fuck. I can't fucking find where he's from. But anyway, as the Challenger came down, a little boy somewhere had a ham radio and it picked up the transmission from the Challenger. And the whole time they were going down, they were saying, "We're still alive. We're still alive. I'm burning up." Yeah, swear to God.
Oh no. Come on, man.
No, I swear to God.
That's fucked up.
Why
do you always do that? Why do you always just like, why are you like, oh yeah, you can't name an astronaut? You're like, yeah, did you know when the fucking Challenger was coming down, there's a little boy in a field with a hand radio and they could hear everybody torturing.
Okay, but here's the thing. So NASA has always insisted that the 7 crew members died instantly, but that story does exist, and it's heavily debated whether or not it's true.
Have you seen the footage of that explosion, Joel?
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. I think the theory...
If they made it longer than a second, I would be amazed. More amazed than the actual explosion itself.
I didn't realize it was a conspiracy theory till right now. That's just something I've heard and has always stuck with me.
Joel, there's no way they could survive longer than a second in that explosion.
I mean, maybe. I don't know about how the insides of those things work. Like the outside could be a flaming ball, but
Dude, understand that you're saying a conspiracy, but also is that even a conspiracy or is that just a shitty rumor?
No, because it's if you search the Challenger explosion, little boy, it pulls up the story of the kid pulling the hammer. But then one of the Google, you know how Google puts the most asked questions like in the center? If you click the top one, it says, did they die instantly? And it says it's heavily debated, but that NASA has always insisted that they have. Well, so
I hate to go with Big Brother, but I'm going to go with NASA on this one.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I have no reason not to believe NASA. So I'm going to say NASA's probably telling the truth. I just didn't know that till right now.
NASA, I mean, granted, they're lying about everything. You know, their only existence is just to make sure that we don't fall off of this round Earth. You know what I mean?
Like, I hear you.
Yeah, dude. And so and to make sure that we don't get to Hilar in the center of Earth and hollow Earth. And we all know that King Kong versus Godzilla was simply put out to ease the impact of telling the people that the Earth is hollow. The Earth is hollow. But anyway, so back to my
rock stars.
They're not rock stars. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then the ones that are rock, I'm not saying anybody because a rock star doesn't earn it and they don't deserve it by any means. But, and it's comes to a second, it's I know, okay, when we were kids, or when everybody's what do you want to be when you grow up? You're I want to be an astronaut, you know, or I want to be a fireman. You know what I mean? It's how fucking cute is that? You know what I mean?
Just pinch your fucking cheeks off.
Oh, you're so fucking cute.
Straight to the moon.
It's oh, little Bobby, you think you're going to go to the moon, but you're really just going to end up working in this small town at a gas station because you got addicted to meth on accident when you were in high school because your friend said that it's cool and fun. That one time that you did it, you can never get away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you remember when you wanted
to be fair, I'm sure that you could get a meth high that feels like you're in space.
Sure. I can only imagine. And to be fair, there are astronauts. So this doesn't happen to everybody.
Yeah, there's just all kids that say they want to be an astronaut. It's like signing an instant DOA, bro. Just dead. 20 years from now in a used car shooting up fentanyl in accident. Damn, bro.
Yeah, for sure. So you never hear a kid saying, I want to manage a hedge fund. You never hear kids.
You might soon, bro.
I understand, but you never hear a kid being when I grow up, I want to be
a complete piece of shit Wall Street banker.
Computer engineer. I want to be on Wall Street. You don't hear that. You hear kids say the typical astronaut. So, or even a musician, whatever. And so all I'm getting at is it's I don't know why this is so perplexing to me. I don't understand why I'm so on this right now, but it's just it's a life goal. And then when do astronauts, this is why I'm saying this. When a kid's I want to be an astronaut when I grow up. When does an astronaut in their young life
grow up?
No. Yeah. Do they ever grow up? No. Truly realize, oh shit, I want to be an astronaut.
It has to be. Here's the thing. It absolutely would have to be, even if the astronaut part of it was secondary, you would have to make a conscious choice as a very young child in school to succeed. No, I'm thinking even elementary, to start succeeding at a level above and beyond, because we're talking about the best of the best, mentally, physically. The way that they trained astronauts wasn't just, oh, this dude can handle being in space. These motherfuckers were brilliant, dude.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
They still are.
And they were physically on it. They could physically withstand the trials and tribulations of being in space.
No, for sure.
So I think that I think if you're going to be, I don't know, maybe it doesn't become a conscious choice that I'm actually going to be an astronaut, but I think there has to be. There are kids out there who just have this, maybe it's instilled from their parents, but a drive that exceeds beyond most kids.
So you don't just go to the Air Force and you're a badass pilot and everything.
That too, though, probably.
Or they're hey, dude, you know what? We think you'd be a really great shuttle man.
But then they would still.
And you're Will Smith, and you're me? Like,
okay, but so I just watched Independence Day.
Flying around. What?
And Will Smith's whole thing is that he can't get accepted to NASA because it's so fucking hard. That's his whole thing. He wants to be an astronaut, but NASA won't accept him. And Harry Connick Jr. is like, I'm sorry, man. It's not right. You're going to get it, man. I promise.
And they're like obsessed with dolphins or something like that?
Yes, something. And he talks about getting on his knees and like there's this weird almost blowjob joke, but then a ring falls and he like proposes. I don't know. That movie's weird. Anyway, my point is just that I think it's still really fucking hard because in that movie, he's like this amazing Air Force guy, but NASA's like, sorry, bro, not good enough. But that's a movie.
That's a movie. So anyways, just food for thought. Put it out there. Leave in the comments below. Reach out to Joel.
Who's your favorite astronaut? Leave it in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. Who is your favorite astronaut? I know one. Neil Armstrong.
You literally only named one.
And there's another one named Buzz. And Aldrin. Andre. And then another one named the teacher, R.I.P. And then another one named, that's all I got. So,
actually, before we move on from astronauts, this is just,
sure. You want to throw this out there. Stay here for days.
Do you remember, oh shit, I was in high school. I was probably a sophomore. No, I might have even been a freshman. And a space shuttle crashed.
Not the Challenger. It was, oh God, yeah. It was like in 2003, wasn't it?
Somewhere around there, yeah. But and I'm not gonna throw any names out or anything, but Columbia.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw any names out or anything, but somebody in Cuero was best friends with one of the astronauts on there. And I was with them watching the whole thing crash. It was fucking intense.
A child?
No, an adult.
Friends with an astronaut?
No, an adult. I was just there with them while it was happening, watching it on TV. And it was weird. Because I don't know, when you're a kid, you're disconnected from everything. Shit, I'd be disconnected from a space shuttle crash right now, bro.
Columbia was re-entering our atmosphere, right? Didn't it burn up re-entering the atmosphere?
Yeah, on February 1st, 2003.
Yeah, 2003, February 1st, 2003. I was a senior in high school. You know, I didn't realize that that's what was happening until like...
You're like, damn, that's fucking pretty.
No. I always thought that they were referring to the Challenger in 1986. I mean, I was a kid. I'm like, oh, yeah. I didn't realize that like another...
It literally was happening right then. Yeah,
until like days later, I'm like, oh, wait, that's another one? Like, yes. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I don't know. We have internet the way we used to or do now. So how the hell was I supposed to know? Anyways, RIP to the Columbia 2. That's terrible.
They shouldn't name all the ones that are going to crash with C names.
Yeah. What's another one? The Conqueror?
Oh.
The Conquest?
Oh, dude. Okay. So I got called on this really fucking fast. So I'm not gonna say I believe this because I definitely don't. I was just excited when I heard it because I was like, wow, a theory I've never heard about something so old. I have a conspiracy theory for you, and it's a hot one.
Okay, so again, for anybody that's listening to this first time, the name of the show is actually, we don't abide by it, but we're supposed to believe. The idea is to get into theories like this and give them a positive, like we believe it, to see how far we can take it. But Joel, anyways, I don't know. Whatever. Go ahead, Joel.
Okay, so I absolutely don't believe this. And the person who called me on it is very smart and explained to me in like 2 sentences how it couldn't even be possible, basically. But I have a theory for you about the Titanic.
Uh-huh.
What if I told you that the Titanic never sank?
Go on.
Okay. So I got to find the guy's name. Okay. So there were actually 2 boats that the guy who owned the Titanic owned. Okay. One was called the Titanic and the other was called the Olympic.
Okay.
Okay. Now the Olympic was in bad shape and had problems. Okay. It was old.
Old.
It was old. It was the second White Star Line ship, the RMS.
Am I supposed to close my eyes for this?
No. So it was damaged in 1911, the year before the Titanic sank. Okay.
Okay.
It was repaired and sailed to New York and back, and it returned to Belfast in March 1912 for more repairs a couple of months before the Titanic set sail.
Where did the Titanic sail from? Belfast?
Britain.
Oh, okay.
No, that's just where they were fixing the Olympic. Okay.
Okay.
So some person or people, this is the theory, some person or people found that the Olympic was too severely damaged to be profitable. And so at some point, they switched it with the Titanic to purposefully ditch the damaged ship, reap the insurance money, and obviously that would kill a bunch of people in the process. So that seems extremely nefarious, right? And like, who would just plan to sink a ship for insurance money just to get insurance money and kill all those innocent people? But
hold on. So insurance, like the insurance game, was a thing back in the day.
Oh yeah, and guess what else was a thing? Big banks. Big banks. And here's where the big banks come into play with Titanic. It's fascinating. Okay. So on the Titanic was Jacob Astor, Isidor Straus, and Benjamin Guggenheim, who were all massive bankers at the time. Okay?
Isidor Straus and Guggenheim?
Isidor Straus, Benjamin Guggenheim, and Jacob Astor. Okay? They were massive billionaire bankers or millionaire bankers at the time.
Those are the best names I've heard.
I know. I know. But guess who else? Guess who else was supposed to be on board?
Oh, Rockefeller.
J.P. Morgan.
Really?
Yeah.
J.P. Morgan, but I thought he was an American.
I mean, I'm sure there were a lot of Americans on the Titanic or something. I don't fucking really know. But listen.
Hold on. What? No, why would there be any Americans on the Titanic?
What? It was just like a travel. It wasn't like, dude, there was a lot of rich people who rode it to be on the biggest ship on its first voyage. It wasn't just
take a boat to London or England to get on a boat to go back to America just to do it.
I'm not going to say what rich people were doing back then, but that's not a lie that he was supposed to be on the Titanic. That's not a theory. That's fact. And those other bankers were on the Titanic and they all died.
Hold on, let's just figure out what JP Morgan's from. That's going to help me out.
Okay, but so in those three people dying, it took out all of his rivals. So
he's from Hartford, Connecticut, dude. I don't understand why JP Morgan would be on that boat.
I don't know why you're freaking out that Americans were on the Titanic.
Because the Titanic left from England. I'm not saying there was no Americans on there, but
around 300 American passengers were aboard the ship for Titanic's maiden voyage. A behavioral economist at Queensland University of Technology said that American passengers were 8.5% more likely to survive than other nationalists. And
why?
I don't know. Maybe because the Americans that got on it were the rich people.
Okay. All right.
I'm assuming.
Okay. So there were Americans on there, JP Morgan not being one of them.
But he was supposed to be.
Okay.
And he, at the last second, and I mean the last second, not days before, but the last second, decided not to get on the Titanic. And all of his rivals perished. I don't know. So when you think about if someone was already, if any of this was true, you would have somebody who was already in looking into the insurance game, which I'm assuming back then was like a very high up kind of thing. And then you have JP Morgan, who would be the person who could kind of make those strings get pulled, or who could pull those strings rather. I don't believe it, but I have not ever heard a Titanic theory. And when I heard it, it was with such conviction that I was like, yeah, it was the Olympic. Crazy. So, the movie was lies.
So that movie is not true at all. So you tell me that, okay, so the boat that sank, there was a boat that sank.
Yes, but it was the Olympic, and they just switched the names on the two boats.
So they took the Titanic, put it in Belfast. Yes?
They hit it somewhere. The Olympic was actually in Belfast being fixed.
So the Titanic was switched to the Olympic. So how do they switch it? That's what I'm saying.
I'm not sure. I'm looking to see if there's anything in there that says how they could possibly have done that.
I'd never seen the Titanic, but I heard it was pretty big. And
there's also, you got to be careful with these because
David Copperfield was around back then.
So you got to be careful with these because apparently QAnon has latched onto the Rothschilds being involved, which has its roots in anti-Semitism. So you don't want to get too deep down that theory, but the theory of the Olympic is I heard that on like a fucking BuzzFeed thing. So
is QAnon still a thing?
Oh yeah, bro.
Weird.
I don't really want to get into politics, but let's just say there's still a thing.
The rest of the show never talking about politics
for
again.
Sure. You should definitely though look up what they're up to after you get off this. It's pretty wild. They have some great theories now.
Have some great theories now.
They're
you heard it here, straight from the Joel's mouth.
Oh, hey, I wanted to talk about an awesome movie, but also wanted to shout out Youth Energy for this fucking shirt. Yo, like this shit is so hard, dude. The front's cool and everything; it's fucking awesome, but the back is wild.
Your butt crack just fucking fell out. Yeah, Joel, that's great. That is dope. Yeah, that's cool, man.
Free butt crack in there. My bad. Shit, dude. I don't think that can be on YouTube.
Yes, it can.
Can it?
Joel, it wasn't even on there. We're just saying butt crack. Anyways, well, I guess we're gonna.
But yeah, so anyway, Youth Energy killed it with this, and I already shouted him out last week for this hat and shit. But yeah, awesome shirt. Really like it.
Sweet. Okay.
I wanted to talk about or tell you about Fear Street movies.
Yeah.
Because I find it super interesting that it's actually working out. So Fear Street, obviously, awesome horror series for teenagers that R.L. Stine wrote in the 90s. It's more intense than Goosebumps. People die. It's like an actual... Most of the books are like a little toned down from something like Scream, but pretty close. And they made movies about it for Netflix. It wasn't originally for Netflix, but they're on Netflix now. So it's 3 movies, 1994, 1978, and 1666. And they're all directed by the same lady, and they come out every week. So the first 2 are out, and the third one comes out this Friday.
Oh, shit. I didn't. That makes more sense. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. So the first one, 94, is very, very heavily influenced by 90s slashers. So like Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer. All the soundtrack is awesome. They went back that old school route of just making a killer soundtrack. So it's got like
they're pumping those songs.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. It's a little overboard, but there's like Garbage and Bush and fucking Smashing Pumpkins and Radiohead and TLC. But then the 74 or 78 rather was an homage to like Friday the 13th and like those camp slashers from the 70s. And it also had some banging songs, some Don't Fear the Reaper and some fucking... That's the only one I really remember. But so they're both really fun. And I was just super surprised because they're rated R. They're extremely violent. There was boobies in the second one. And I'm about it. And I don't really like period horror. Like I liked The Witch and I kind of... Like The Witch and The Lighthouse is really the only 2 that I've ever really liked. I just kind of get bored with the period pieces. But this fucking 1666 one looks nuts. So like at the end of the first 2, they show you like a teaser for the next one. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I wasn't really into it. Even after the second one, I was kind of like, man, I really wish the third one took place in like normal time. But they showed a little teaser for it. It looks fucking evil. It looks cool, man. Like it looks really fucking satanic and like just like deep in like I don't know. Like I'm sure it'll be corny, but the visuals are just seeped in like actual occult imagery and shit that looks pretty cool. So
yeah, for sure. So that's weird that you say we're talking about the soundtrack or whatever, but like and we talked about the novelization of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood last week, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
But like something I kind of caught on to because I've watched the movie so many times, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but something like just deep diving into it and everything. The AM radio being such a huge part of that film. And like pretty much like controlling the entire like narrative. Like anytime the radio's on, it's directing like the story.
It's got exposition. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
When did you watch, dude? I just watched it like 3 days ago myself.
Like 2 or 3 days ago, and I like rewatched it again. I'm like, oh, dude, it kind of just transforms the movie because you're looking for those cues,
Yeah.
Bro, Tarantino is going hard on freaking Linda fucking Lee, dude. He is fucking. I'm like, bro.
I don't even like, I don't really, I mean, obviously I don't have a dog in that fight. I don't really care either way.
Neither do I. So
I'm kind of like, bro, I think maybe it's her dad, bro. Like, I think maybe you should.
That's Shannon Lee. But like, yeah, of course, yeah, but Shannon Lee, but he's like calling her, he's like straight up saying that Linda Lee's a liar and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, bro, kind of maybe just, I don't know. You don't have to say it. Like,
yeah,
I just would hate to see him squander the goodwill he has before he puts out his 10th and final movie. Yeah, I would hate to see him put his foot in his fucking mouth so hard that we can't enjoy it.
I don't think that's going to, if anything's going to do it, that's not going to be it.
Oh, no, I don't think it will, but it's just like, bro, what are you doing? Shut the fuck up. Like, it sucks because I wanted to see what people thought about that book, and I searched reviews for it, and like, it got really good reviews, but like, the headline from, I think, the Times was, Quentin Tarantino. It was like Quentin Tarantino wrote an awesome pulpy book, but almost ruined it by opening his mouth too much. And it's basically like the reviewer was like, as I was reading the book, I'm also seeing all these news stories about what a prick this dude's being, and it makes it really hard to just love this book.
So I know what pulpy means for sure, but for the customers out there and all the other listeners that don't know what that means, what does pulpy mean? I mean,
do you know what Pulp Fiction is?
Yes.
Okay. Well, so for the people who don't know what Pulp Fiction is, it would be books or it was books that are a little scandalous and a little on the edge back in the day. They were it was like the noir books, like the spy books where the dude would bang chicks and fucking solve murders and was always drinking and always had a cigarette and fucking a little bit gritty, but like really easy to read. That's important. Yes. We're talking nickel books that you would buy at the grocery store at the checkout line. Okay. Yeah. So like, that's why you'll see like the cover of Pulp Fiction is supposed to look like one of those scandalous books. That's why there's a 10-cent sticker in the corner of the poster and shit. So pulpy is just an adjective to describe a book that, or a screenplay that reaches back into those old tropes and uses them to titillate, which is unusual now because we don't have to be pulpy now. We can just show sex. Yeah, so when someone, like that book, the book is really, really graphic, but it's graphic in almost a corny way. So it's a horny book, but it feels fun. It feels light. It doesn't feel like reading porn.
And it kind of like breezes through like the entire the biggest scene in the movie, right? Like that's not even like
it doesn't even happen in the book. Somebody just mentions it.
Oh, cool. So no, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So enough of that, I guess. But you know what, dude? Do you remember when everybody used to call you Fruit Fly?
No. When did anybody call me Fruit Fly?
You don't remember that? Everybody be like, "What's up, Fruit Fly?" Because you're like,
"Who the fuck called me Fruit Fly?"
Yeah, everybody did, especially like when you were in high school. Everybody just like, "Hey, what's up, Fruit Fly?"
No one ever called me Fruit Fly.
No, of course you did. Like, and you would have all those little flies because you have all those little flies going around your head. I mean, I don't know if there are fruit flies flying around your head, but
like Pigpen.
And you're like, "Faye, what's up, Fruit Fly?" And you used to love it. You used to love being called Fruit Fly. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that. Can I send a picture to you on this chat? No, damn it.
No.
Because I searched Pigpen right now to see if that was the character from Snoopy, but it pulled up some real person named Roy McKernan.
Is Roy McKernan happen to be in the Grateful Dead, one of the original members of Grateful Dead, play keyboard?
Sure was.
Yep.
I've never heard of that dude in my life. I fucking don't like the Grateful Dead. Hey, I'm just gonna throw myself under the bus. I really pissed Doug off this week.
Oh shit. Dude, I thought you were just fucking with me.
No, but I'll explain myself. So so here's the thing. To preface this, every time I get in my car, the radio since I moved here, every time I get in the fucking car, the radio is doing something weird or playing something strange for the time or like acting like it's in another universe.
Because Dallas has weird frequencies, man. And not like weird like cool, but like weird like weird.
It's just off a little bit, right? So like I've said on here, there's been 2 times where I've got in the car and they've been playing the Marcy Playground album front to back for no reason.
Cool, though.
That's awesome, but it's for no reason and it's just randomly.
Dude, a few times I've been in Dallas, I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying the radios are weird here. So
there too, right?
It's fine. Yeah. So they play a lot of like newer stuff, but they also play a lot of classic rock, right? And I'm not ever gonna pretend like I was a huge fan of classic rock. Like I just never got into it, and I tried to get into some, and I did, and then some I just couldn't get into. So I haven't like really heard a lot. You know what I mean? I haven't really like I haven't heard deep cuts or anything. You know?
Okay.
But I've heard all the popular shit, and I'm 100%. Don't give a shit what you think about me saying I don't like ZZ Top. I don't like AC/DC. I don't like Leonard Skinner. I like Led Zeppelin. I don't like The Doors. I love The Who. I like the Grassroots. Those are some that I like and a couple that I don't like. But one that I've never really had an opinion on either way was Pink Floyd. Okay. I didn't, because I completely understood how fucking revolutionary it was. I still do. And I completely understand how fucking brilliant it was. And I completely understand the fucking market left on music and shit. That being said, I absolutely do not like it. So I was in the car, I'm sitting in traffic, and the fucking which one was it playing? Oh, Dark Side of the Moon was playing. And it's so fucking big and it's so fucking grand. And I'm just sitting here hating everything. And this like, I'll see you on the dark side. I'm like, fucking shut up. Just shut up. And so I called you, and I was like,
no,
I called you.
Oh, you called me. That's right.
I called you because I just call Doug every time I get frustrated with the radio. And every time it's just mostly supposed to be funny and fast. And I know he's at work and he's going to answer. And I'm going to go, fuck this band. And he's going to go, I'm at work. I can't talk. And I'll hang up. But this time he answered and I said, I fucking hate Pink Floyd. And he went, what? And I was like, I said, I fucking hate Pink Floyd. They're playing Dark Side of the Moon on the radio right now. And I fucking hate it. And he's like, are you fucking with me? And I was like, what? And then traffic starts moving and I'm paying attention to that. And he's going, are you joking? Why are you calling me? Why are you calling me and telling me this?
That's right.
And then I'm like, oh, my bad, dude. I didn't realize you liked them. And we hung up and I'm getting food. I'm in line at Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out or something. And I'm sitting, and all of a sudden it dawns on me that the reason I do know some Pink Floyd songs besides The Wall and Dark Side of the Moon is because me and you used to sit in your room and listen to it at Inaqua. And you had like a DVD that we watched together. And you tried so hard to get me into Pink Floyd, and not only did it not work, I completely forgot about it, and I don't remember.
Pink Floyd poster, huge.
Yeah, that's right. And the poster, and you were so happy about the poster, and it just didn't. Damn it, chair. Hold on. It didn't dawn on me in the moment. So I'd like to extend an apology to Doug for saying, oh no, he's going, oh, you don't like fucking Pink Floyd? Why don't you get off and listen to some Dance Gavin Dance or some L7 or some shit like that?
I didn't say L7.
I don't know.
Gavin Dance or how's the new Panic at the Disco? You go, it's like, pretty good, actually.
I love the new Panic at the Disco. Shout out to him, man. What the hell?
I've seen L7.
Okay, who the fuck is L7? They're that girl punk band, right?
Yeah, from the 90s. And
what did they sing?
I don't really know, but I saw them at Fun Fest.
Their singer is that girl who pulled her tampon out when everybody was throwing beer at her at fucking
something like that.
Lollapalooza, and she fucking pulled her used tampon out and slapped it on some dude's fucking face, or no, she slapped it on the monitor, and it stayed there for like the entire rest of the concert where other bands were playing and shit.
Smacked it on some dude's face. Like they call it Lollapalooza.
Lollapalooza. That's what it's fucking called.
But is it
Lollapalooza?
You said Lollapalooza.
Did I?
I think so. You started cracking up, dude. I was just thinking about this. Like, dude, you're gonna have to really step it up with your sound game over there, dude.
What do you mean?
I can't hear you.
And you're telling me this now? Have you do you watch TikTok? I know we talk about Reels a lot.
No. And I actively I will not get on TikTok, dude.
Neither will I. I won't even download it. But you know what you're sending me are TikToks.
What do you mean?
Those things we're sending back and forth to each other, those are TikToks that people just put on Reels.
I figured, but like I said, those are bad enough, you know what I mean? So like, dude, no, I can't be fucking.
No, I'm with you. But have you seen the trend that I'm honestly, now that it's like going so out of control, starting to kind of feel bad for the dude. But you know, at the same time, I'm sure this dude fucking knew how cringy he was being. So one of these, so you know how you can duet people?
Yes.
Right? So like you respond to their video.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that opens up the door for anyone who posts something cringy or roast worthy to just anyone can roast it. You know what I mean? And not only can they roast it, but their video can include your video.
Yeah.
You know? Okay. So this fucking guy, he's a typical Gen Z, I guess what would be like the typical Gen Z white boy influencer. He's got this blonde hair and these eyes and this fucking chiseled face, and he's just so fucking dreamy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's going, it says it's okay. It's totally okay to show your goofy side. And he goes,
he almost ripped your mic out.
I know. I'm going to show you what he does. This is going to make your stomach hurt. He goes, it says it's okay to show your goofy side. And he goes, okay. So everyone is responding with them doing fucking crazy fucked up shit and then fake laughing, and it kills me. Lil Nas X did one, and he's in the bathtub with a toaster going. This dude's lighting a propane tank on fire. He's got the fire, and he's going. It's fucking hysterical, and there's thousands of them, Doug. That video is I saw it for the first time maybe 2 days ago, and now there's full-on TikTok or full-on YouTube compilations that are like 20 minutes long of people roasting that dude.
Dude, thank you so much for telling me all about that. I really am excited that you fed up my ear with some bullshit. So I'm going to fill your ears up with some right now. So there's some big fights that were on this past weekend. I'm sure you see the clips.
I saw it, and it was hilarious, bro. Dude. Fucking idiot.
Dude. What? No.
He's a fucking moron, bro.
Who?
McGregor. He's a goddamn idiot.
He's a very wealthy idiot. That's
so anyway. What? What kind of quantifier is that? There's a lot of wealthy idiots.
How do you think he gets that wealth?
I know. I get it. And we're talking about it. So it's fucking working. But, bro. I'm just saying, there's some Schadenfreude there to see him leave on a stretcher after saying all that shit before.
Yes, Joel, you've obviously watched some clips about it. So, anyways, everybody,
I watched the whole thing. I watched just that fight, though.
Fucking didn't.
I did.
Did you really?
I really did.
How? Did you?
No, I saw that fight. Just that one fight.
After the fact.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Way after the fact.
Anyway, stop. You are wasting precious airtime right now by interjecting. Anyways, so for those that have been watching, yes, I am a MMA fan. I love you. I love the fights. UFC was on this past weekend, and if we talked about MMA, we'd probably actually have successful podcasts because apparently that's the way to make it in podcast. Have you ever noticed that every successful podcast has something to do with MMA?
Crime.
Or crime, yeah. And like we're just like those two shitheads right in the middle that just don't commit to either.
And don't ever forget that there's some dickhead out there with the #1 podcast in the world walking around.
Fair enough. And so, okay. So, yes, the Conor McGregor, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier 3, the most talked about thing over the weekend or for build up. And yes, Conor McGregor's leg snapped at the end of the first round. He for some reason, didn't feel the pain as much as everybody thought he would because he kept on talking that trash. It was very disrespectful.
Bro, no, the funniest shit was – sorry, I'll just say the funniest shit was the whoever took the picture that the camera from behind all the cameras and you just see what's her name, Josie or Jolie or whatever, his wife just flipping him off while he's talking.
Yeah, he talked so much shit about her.
I know, it was weird.
Everything, and it's like just and it's like, you know, and it just shows that it just breaks your heart because there's so many. Just watching Conor McGregor and being a fan of his for so long to see him get to that point, and you're like, dude, why are you choosing that path? It's like you are so successful. There's absolutely no reason to talk to another person, especially about their family that way. But anyways,
no, for sure. I mean, I've kind of always felt like that since he beat that old man up in that bar. I was, what the fuck's this dude's problem?
It's just like, dude, he's been given so many chances by the people, man, just to redeem himself. And he's like, and he was doing such a good job, and then he just does shit like that. But anyways, he is extremely well, like rich. So it's
because he's extremely watchable.
Yes, I understand. He's marketing himself. But anyways, I'm really not bringing that up. I'm actually bringing it up the whole weekend because there was a fight on there. The prelims were fucking awesome. Prelims are the fights you can watch for free before the actual card starts. All the prelims are great, but there's a fight. The very first fight on the card, on the actual pay-per-view, was Sean O'Malley versus Chris Matino, I believe is how you say his name. Mutino, maybe. I keep on saying it wrong. But the reason I don't know him so well is because this kid, Sean O'Malley, was supposed to fight this guy who dropped out. And then Chris Matino, he wasn't even signed to the UFC. He's just an up-and-coming fighter trying to make a living, just trying to get seen, trying to make it as a fighter. They pick him up for this fight. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so this is his first UFC appearance. He's on one of the biggest cards of the year, possibly one of the biggest cards of the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Anyways, Sean O'Malley's he's not a ranked fighter, but he's definitely badass. He has a big presence. He's like the young guy. He's like real skinny, and he's like 135. He has tattoos all over his face. He has he always has colorful hair, and he does the braids. I mean, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I think I'm picturing the right guy.
Anyway, Sean O'Malley, look him up, and he's like making a presence. He's not even a ranked fighter, and he's like one of the most well-known fighters out there right now. Anyways, fights this kid.
I know this guy.
And so, dude, this fight. 3 5-minute rounds. This kid, Chris Matino, takes a full-on beating, and not just straight up like Leslie Nielsen in a Naked Gun film, just getting his face beat in, dude. And he just keeps coming forward and doesn't stop. And he's just the whole. And dude, I had some friends over and stuff, and the whole time, all you hear the entire 15 minutes or 25 minutes with all the breaks is this, because this kid just is coming. He doesn't stop. It becomes laughable. You're rooting for it, and then all of a sudden you're laughing like, what the fuck? He's just getting, Sean O'Malley's just like putting it on him, dude.
Yeah.
Putting it on him, turning his face into jelly, dude. Like, dude, this kid has severe brain damage happening right now. And Herb Dean is the ref in there. You just see him just like getting closer and closer. It's like, and the kid will not fall down. He will not knock out. He got hit on the jaw in the first round and fell down towards the end. But other than that, he just kept coming forward.
Fuck it, like Homer.
And dude, his hands are like just starting to drop. He's just getting fucking hit in the face. And finally, the crowd just turns, dude, and everybody's just rooting for him. Even us at home, just like, just screaming for this kid while he's getting his fucking face just destroyed. And he just won't stop, though. You know what I mean? Like that Rudy element, that Rocky element.
He has too much heart.
He's his mental strength. It's like he's too strong for his own good. Or he's like, you know what I mean?
Too proud.
Yeah, he's just like he's what's the fuck that expression? I used it last week actually. Talking about a fighter. He's his own worst enemy. You know what I mean? He's just you know what I mean? It's like dude, he's just like proud, has something to prove, and he definitely proved it. The last 30 seconds. Herb Dean finally steps in the last 30 seconds of the fight. It's like, this is fucking enough. And the whole crowd is just, boo, boo. And everyone's like, this fucking kid is like, why you stop it? Why you stop it? He can't fucking, like, dude. And it's like, and just look at him, I was like, dude, this dude got. Anyways, huge fan of this kid. Go watch that fucking fight. It is.
I will. As soon as we get off, I will. I want to watch. I still haven't watched it, but the Jessica I fight, who left her head looking like a piggy bank? That shit was fucked up, bro.
It was fucked up. It was so what happened?
And she's smiling with their fucking faces like a.
So they both threw a right. I think they were both throwing rights, and they slipped. So they both missed, and then so their heads clashed, and it's
shit. See, I didn't see it. I just saw the picture of her.
Just got third eye. Yeah.
That shit was crazy, dude, bro.
And I've never to anybody that steps to that octagon, no matter who you are on that, but on any level, even if it's like in the your first fight in the back of a fucking warehouse somewhere, like, dude, it takes a tremendous amount of courage.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. You're fucking putting yourself out there to get your ass potentially demolished.
So, but as a fight fan, you do pick and choose. I mean, you have favorites, and you have some people that you just don't care to watch or whatever.
Sure.
After that fight with Jessica, it's not that I never liked Jessica. I just her fights or whatever, just never like called to me or whatever. But this one, like, I'm like, dude, I'm definitely into her.
I have to say, I've never heard of her until I saw that, but her face, just the fact that she was like, had this crazy smile still, like, I was like, oh, damn, she's fucking crazy.
Well, because like, Jessica, I think the reason that like, it was not off-putting, I should say, but like, like the whole weight cutting game and everything, that's like the more important than the actual fight for them. Obviously the most important thing for us is watching the fight, but dude, like, she went through this thing where she was like talking a lot of mad shit about one of her opponents and weight cutting and stuff like that, and then she gets on scale and didn't make weight. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like a tumultuous character. But again, applaud anybody that does that. So
you know what would be interesting, and I mean, I guess to some extent, people like McGregor do this, but like the idea of a hero and a heel, is like I get that maybe they play up characteristics more in the UFC that are just their actual characteristics, but I think it would be interesting and I mean, I'm sure nobody would want this, but it would be interesting if there were storylines to MMA that didn't involve the actual outcome of the fight.
So
if they would like create fake, because like I get turned off by the real drama. I want funny ass drama. I don't want to see.
Well, Dustin Poirier is such a stand-up guy, and like the thing is, and I get a lot of flack because I am a McGregor fan, and like I'm heartbroken the way that he handled all this, and that fight was so heartbreaking because it didn't go all the way. But I've always been a huge fan of Dustin Poirier. He's a lot from Lafayette. He's like, dude, rag to riches story. Like his girlfriend
does a lot of charity work and shit too, right? Like
the Good Fight, yeah. His
with Justin Wren.
Yeah. And so he and they pretty much they build shelters for the pygmies and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they just got them clean water and shit. Like they're fucking awesome. Yeah.
And so but anyways, and so like dude, Dustin Poirier, his now wife, they've been together since the beginning, dude. Like she's driving him like across the states to get to fight, make like $100.
Yeah.
Like through the thick and thin, And so like you really, and so like when you hear them like going like or McGregor doing all that dirty talk like that's like it's heartbreaking, It's like that's not why I'm watching this, what I mean?
And I haven't seen any proof of this, but I had heard, because the DM thing.
It's not. He tried to video capture, and it's
the message, right? But the message is deleted by him. But apparently, it was her asking where his check that he had promised them for the good fight was.
Yeah, probably.
It's just like even worse. Like, damn, dude.
No, it's definitely exactly. And so, but with that said, Poirier is such a shining example of what like a positive role model is, and
he's
everything.
Like a real life John Cena.
Dude, he's fucking awesome, dude. And he dude, I just, dude, I'm just like, dude, everyone's like, who do you want to win? I'm like, I wanted to go to the end and I want them to get a draw and I want them to be best friends and hug and, and that's it. But I did say the chance Poirier
today, Junior.
Fuck off. The Poirier is definitely going to be, getting his hand raised, but anyways, because McGregor doesn't really have anything to lose, so it's like, and Poirier, he still fights. He's a fighter. McGregor obviously is too, but McGregor is a businessman now and not just a fucking car salesman either. You know what I mean?
Right.
So many other things to focus on. So another thing I want to say is while we're watching the fights, I had a couple friends here that don't watch fights. And so I'm like watching it and all of a sudden it happened like 2 times. It happens to me all the time. Maybe not right now because my allergies and my voice is all gone and stuff, but people are like, I thought you were fucking Joe Rogan on the TV. You know how many times I get told I sound like him?
What?
All the time. People all the time tell me I sound like Joe Rogan. And it happened twice this weekend. I'm like, what? Yeah. So that makes me think. I've always said, I think I've said before, I think I'd be a really great colorful commentary. Don't you think?
Maybe if you could get the fucking position title correctly. It's commentator. You cannot be a commentary.
I can do colorful commentary.
Doug writes a fucking application for it. I would like to be a colorful commentary. So what the fuck does he mean?
But I think a good way to get into it is doing like commentary at like local Magic the Gathering tournaments.
Are they looking for somebody to be there going, oh my God?
Yeah, but I'm saying I think that'd be awesome.
Check our audio.
Check our audio. How do you like it? How do you like me now?
Now that I'm on my way.
Sorry. Yeah, we're good.
Hey, do you ever TCB?
What's that?
Take care of business.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Hey,
people get that. That's like a whole group of people get that tattooed on them. TCB. Taking care of business.
So, hey, sorry, Fruit Fly. Let me get back to this. Dude, I like that hat, by the way. It's so. But anyways, so I think
like your hat too.
Thank you. So, anyways, what do you think? What do you think about me being a?
I like it. I like it. I think
commentary.
What would you say to throw in like a backyard bash, and you just commentate on that? Like
a boy Cheeto?
Yeah. Does he do that?
No, he used to like have like a wrestling circuit down back home.
No fucking way, really?
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. I know he's a coach and everything. I didn't realize that. Hey, check your phone real quick.
I don't have it. I keep it away from me so I can focus on the podcast, Joel.
Oh, well, this is for the my bad. Look at it later. I wasn't joking. It's a whole subgroup of people.
Hold on.
Yeah, you'd be a good ass commentator. I could see that because you have a passion for it and you have a love for it. I mean, you could also just be a commentary.
I can't find my phone. But anyways, yeah. Thank you, Joel. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I think you could do that. Oh my God, I had words in my mouth that were coming out and then now they're not.
Isn't that weird? This whole show started off with astronauts.
Oh yeah. I don't know why that sparked it for me, dude. So I play a lot of video games. I'm a video game fan.
Ligma?
What's up?
Have you played the new Ligma?
What's Ligma?
Keep on going.
You're just gonna say it as soon as I start talking. I got him. Got me.
Dude,
I cannot.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Just want to say, because it's interesting. I play a lot of video games, but I try to try a lot of different genres and shit. But the things you're not gonna like. The things that when I'm browsing the store, shit that I would just never click on. Visual novels, anime-based games. I breeze straight past that shit. Uh-huh. Sports games are a different story. I like baseball games. I like basketball games. I like hockey games. So when I get to the sports territory, I spend a little bit more time paying attention. But there's always been a couple things I never stopped for. And one of those things is hunting games. Because the fuck do I know about hunting, right? Okay. They had a big sale on the PlayStation Store this week. And I have basically every PlayStation 5 game that's available because there's not that many. And I'm by the time I finish them, I want to try something new. And it's, it still feels good to have it. So I try to play them all. And the one I hadn't really fucked with was Hunting Simulator 2. It's like, whatever. It was on sale, so I bought it. Holy shit. It is the most calming zen experience of my video game life. I got this little beagle, and I just get some deer piss and some boar pee, and I just get my crossbow, and I got a rifle, 30-06, head on out there, and I fucking just chill. And in real life, I'm just smoking and playing on my phone, but I've got my headphones on. And when I hear an animal, then I just look up and look. I get them and I bag them up. It's so fucking awesome. There's 6 reserves, 2 in Colorado, 2 in Texas, and 2 in Europe. And it is awesome. It's so relaxing. If you're a fan of shooting, but you're also a fan of fucking nature and chilling.
If you're a fan of shooting and you're also a fan of fucking,
this guy fucks. Yeah.
Anyway, play that game.
Do I play the game?
That's Joel's. That's Joel. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Joel's
Hunting.
PlayStation 5 recommendations featuring Joel, featuring Fruit Fly. You really don't remember everybody calling you Fruit Fly, huh?
It never happened. Cookie face, piece of shit.
Cookie face. You remember Cookie face?
Yeah, I mean, you should remember it because you were the one who started it and carried it on.
I did not.
You're the only one who had a song.
Oh shit. Hey, follow us on Instagram, everybody.
Hey, wait, before we go, do you remember that night that early ass morning, me, you, Jeff, Moffo, and Marshall fucking had a war in your parents' backyard? We were chunking full ass tables and 2 liters at each other. Somebody threw a brick. Man, that was fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. That was a good night.
That was a good night. That's fucking crazy. All right, everybody. All right. Everybody, thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to an episode of Didn't See But I Believe You. I'm Doug. That's Joel. And if you like our show, please go to our channel and subscribe. We really appreciate it. And Joel, if you, I don't know where you're supposed to point. Episode there. All right. Bye.